Welcome to Wisconsin Literacy's Literacy and Lunch, part of our virtual events in support of the Big Share. The Big Share is our largest online fundraiser. Gifts received support advocacy, curriculum resources, training, and supplies for Wisconsin Literacy's 83 member agencies. With your help, we assist agencies in serving 14,000 adults and families around Wisconsin every year. Wisconsin Literacy's mission is to change lives by strengthening literacy across the state. As we celebrate all the ways literacy leaves a legacy of opportunity for adult students and their families throughout our state, some of our staff are excited to share their favorite books with you. Grab your lunch and join us. First up, I'm going to turn it over to Hannah Hirsch.
Thank you, Marcia. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah Hirsch, the Monitoring and Evaluation Specialist with Wisconsin Literacy. The book I want to share is The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak. The Island of Missing Trees tells the forbidden love story between two teenagers, Turkish Cypriot Defne and Greek Cypriot Kostas. The narrative jumps between the Turkish invasion of Cyprus during the 1970s, a revisit to Cyprus in the 2000s, and the book's present time of 2010's London. The collective themes of identity, grief, generational trauma, and the relationship between humans and nature are explored through the story's many narrators, including Kosta and Defne's daughter Ada, and most surprisingly, the fig tree that Kostas brought with when he and Defne immigrated to England. The Island of Missing Trees is a story about being rooted, uprooted, and rerouted, and I hope you all have the opportunity to read it because it's one of those books that stays with you long after you finish it. Rose, would you like to introduce yourself and your book choice?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Rose Lamensdorf. I'm the Refugee Services Program Manager at Wisconsin Literacy. I decided to choose a children's book. It's called Deepti's Adventure with Dance. Here it is. The author, Pallavi Malla, is a graduate of UW-Madison. Her book is based on her own childhood, and it tells the story of a shy young girl who struggles to speak, but ultimately gains confidence about herself and her culture through Indian classical dance. The book is a great resource for kids and parents, as well as those who may be learning English. It's filled with rich vocabulary and even includes facial expressions next to words like compassion, love, anger, and surprise. You can see here some of the words, vocabulary next to different facial expressions. It's a positive, lighthearted book that promotes self-acceptance for kids and adults alike. I'm particularly excited to use this book as I tutor English language learners. Shannon, which book did you decide to talk about today?
Thanks, Rose. I chose to pick The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is her first book that she's written. And I hope you all are enjoying the Literacy and Lunch. I'm Shannon Mason-Young, the Northwest Regional Literacy Consultant. I get a lot of enjoyment out of reading and love learning something new. The reason I chose this book is because I love Greek mythology. This story takes place around the Trojan War, and she focuses in on Achilles and his lifelong friend and the relationship with Patroclus in the book. And she does a really great job of weaving in a wonderful story that she's pulled out of her research for mythology and pulled it into this delightful story that keeps you reading from the first page to the last page. And being Greek mythology, it's full of all kinds of emotions, and it's a wonderful story. So I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. And now I'd like to turn it over to Jamie.
Thanks, Shannon. My name is Jamie Copes. I'm a manager of tutor training and digital literacy for Wisconsin Literacy. And the book I chose to recommend today is called When the World Tips Over by Jandy Nelson. It is a young adult coming-of-age novel about three teenage siblings whose family has been shattered by the mysterious disappearance of their father. The teenagers' lives collide with two other kind of peculiar characters who will teach them more about themselves and their family history and ultimately change them forever. The book has tons of features that are going to keep you reading. Lots of whimsy and humor, a little bit of magical realism, multiple narrators, and rivalries, road trips, and family curses. I hope I've intrigued you enough to add When the World Tips Over to your reading list for 2025. For one more book recommendation, I'd like to pass it to Ashley.
Thank you, Jamie. It's been so valuable to hear all of these different books. My name is Ashley Hendricks. I'm Associate Director at Wisconsin Literacy, and I love to read. I don't often have a lot of time to read these days, so being part of a book club here in Kenosha helps keep me accountable, and I certainly enjoy the discussions around the books that are chosen. The one I wanted to highlight today is called Three Mothers, and it's by Anna Malika Tubbs, and it tells the story of Alberta King, Louise Little, and Bertus Baldwin. Alberta King was the mother of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Louise Little was the mother of Malcolm X, and Bertus Baldwin was the mother of James Baldwin. And the book itself interweaves the historical events and happenings around from when the mothers were very small to motherhood, and as their sons grew older and they faced obviously many challenges around the civil rights struggle and writing and acceptance. All of us in the book club were stunned that we really had never heard their stories before, that they had never been shared, and they obviously played a critical role in the development of three men who shaped our nation. So we really enjoyed it. Some of us preferred that the historical information perhaps would have been more limited and they focused more on the lives of the women, but endurance and resilience are definitely themes that echo throughout the entire debut. This is a debut for Anna, and certainly really encourage you to consider reading it and learning more about these three powerful, brave, courageous, and strong women. Thank you all for joining us for Literacy and Lunch, and we truly appreciate your support of the Big Share today. I'd like to turn it back over now to Marcia.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. And Jamie, Shannon, Rose, and Hannah for giving us a diverse group of books to add to our reading lists. As we conclude, I want to encourage you to join us for our book drawing at 4 p.m. and a second one at 7 p.m. Everyone who donates by 3 p.m. today will be entered into the drawings. Winners will receive one of the books that you heard reviewed here. We'll do the 4 p.m. drawing live, and the winner of the 7 p.m. drawing will be posted on our Facebook page. So good luck to all of our Big Share donors. Thank you so much for building a legacy of literacy by partnering with Wisconsin Literacy. As a reminder, the Big Share goes through 11:59 tonight, and there's still time to make a gift.